Okay. So let's get to the subject. Alright, so Tinkabell had Miss Tinkabell, whatever her name is, come on my channel talking about that I'm the reason why the black community is divided. First of all, sister, I don't go by one drop rule. We are mixed race black Americans. I don't care what white man say this and that. We are mixed. Second of all, you're the reason why you want the community to be a robot. We are not on the plantation anymore. We can think for ourselves. We are not a monolith. I'm glad that society sees that not every person of African American descent goes along with this and that. Because I had to argue with people outside our African descent community who think that I think like such and such because someone else they met or it's on TV. So this is education. I'm glad that we divided. We were divided on the plantation. The house slaves and field slaves were not always at each other. If you want to be free, you want to be a free person of color, the house slave and a field slave will work together get you locked up with a master. You had to stay away from anyone of African American descent, whether they are mixed or pure, because you did not know that master sent them to you to set you up. That's how bad it was. Like Fred Douglass. You know, he was mixed. He had white mom, white dad, excuse me, and mixed race, black, Native American mom. And guess what? He had to carry immigration emancipation papers like you carry a greeting card. And he didn't want to hang with any other person of African American descent, whether they were pure black or mixed or Indian, white, whatever. Didn't matter. Because they're not taking massive little trolls trying to set you up. So I never on my channel advocate unity. Unity of mindset, yes, but not unity based on race or color, because everybody gonna have a different opinion no matter what your race is. Our Hispanic cousins are learning that too. I got Hispanic in me too, Louisiana Spanish. I'm not Mexican. Okay, I had to done my family trip, Spanish Creole besides French Creole. They're learning this whole Trump thing. Me and them voted for Trump, and me didn't want to vote for Trump, and he won, and now they get the point. They're learning. You cannot look at person's color and say that person's on your side. Not all skin folks is kin folks. Charlie Clerk had to learn that. And I know this from experience because my own family are my enemies. My mama died, and I ain't not know till later on, and there was no tears on my eyes. She was abusive, you know what. So I'm in the public, I'm going to cuss to the B word. And I didn't care about her be put in the grave. So, and my dad's abusive. I don't talk to him. I did FBI reports against him. I've called laws on my father. That's how I know you cannot look at someone's color and say they're on your side. It's the person within, the character within, the spirit within. It's the person you need to worry about. Because enemies come in all colors. Okay? Us African people are not a monolith. First of all, we not pure black. We mixed. Many of us have white in America. My background African American, French, Spanish, Creole, English, Irish, Scottish, Native American. Okay? We not no pure Africans. Even some of these Africans who come to this country as immigrants don't like us. And their ancestors were the reason why the slave trade happened. They sold out pure black ancestors to our white ancestors. And some of them come in and call us agatas and all of that treat us, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta stop thinking that everybody that's considered black in this country is your friend. I'm near 47 years old. I've been knowing this mess since I was back in 1980s, especially in my color community in Southeast Harris County. Okay, need a SIP channel, okay? Because we came in all colors in my community, especially us Creoles. We had those compares for white. We had those with dark chocolate, white West nice. We had those compares stereotypically Mexican. You know what I'm saying? Based on their look, and high yellow. We had different hair textures in our community. Brown skin, all that. Kinky hair, straight hair, all that. Okay? All right? But that uppity middle class community Men them backstabbed me as a child. That's why I don't believe in that mess coming together. When I went to the hood, you had fake brothers backstab me. And it's funny, when I was getting mistreated by white people that was racist, and Hispanic ones too, even though they got black in them too, because Spanish people do have African blood. Yes, Mexicans do too, besides indigenous in Spain. Some of these fake brothers and sisters didn't have my back. They would laugh. So I don't believe that mess about coming together. You gotta judge a person based on their character. So about this Yung Miami song, I laugh at it because I don't steal, baby. My record clean. I don't scam people. My record clean. I'm near 50 years old. I know the difference between right and wrong and fiction and in reality. But let me ask you a question. Since you're talking about, because it's a sister running her mouth about Yung Miami. How do you think about us brothers feel about gangster rap since 1990 something to 2000? How folks will call themselves niggas. I don't call myself a nigga. I have high respect for myself. I'm a king. I don't call myself a nigga. But you ain't running about that, about how they made that music to make the prior prison complex fill up in some dumb brothers and sometimes sisters who don't know their history, don't know their heritage, gonna go along with the narrative of being a thug. You're not talking about that. You mad about Yung Miami Spend Dat, but what about Death Row Records? What about NWA? What about Tupac and Biggie? And like, I didn't care about Clyde Davis. God forgive him. I'm glad that idiot dead. Did his boyfriend dead? Okay? So you're not talking about that, sister girl. Okay? You're not talking about that. But you worrying about Yung Miami because you don't want to be stereotyped as Yung Miami song. But many of us brothers of every complexion, hair texture, especially our dark skinned brothers who Wesley Snipes, because I'm camera skin, I'm not dark chocolate, okay? I don't like Wesley Snipes. They get stereotyped by the media. We get stereotyped by, from camera, but we get stereotyped by media. If we false accused, everybody think we're guilty before we're innocent. And that's because that mission show stuff back in 1990s with the Death Row Records. I bet you want a soldier that Destiny Child was promoting. There was no soldiers in that doggone video. There was a bunch of thugs. What about Plantation? Hood boy. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta tell people that I'm my own person. I ain't like everybody else. It ain't gonna be everybody else, okay? I'm my own individual. If I'm not offended by the song, y'all been letting this mess go on since 1990 something. Many of us criticized Dolores Tucker. God rest her soul. That sister, she was telling the truth. But now Yung Miami makes you upset because the stereotypes. How about you go after the people in the hood who don't teach their kids wrong? I'm not with beating the kids. Because when I used to get whooped, this bird was on my mind. Okay? And my record clean. I ain't got no record on me, baby. But it's funny when I go to the hood, the ones who beat their kids, they've been in jail. They've been like, they smoking dope and everything, and they did it too. Once you go at them parents who not teaching their kids right and wrong. Like we see on video, they sing it, little kids singing Yung Miami song. I ain't got no kids. But you will never have my kids sing that song. That's for adults. I come from the 80s. We had music for kids and music for adults. I had to hide trying to find Madonna CD. I love some Madonna back in the day, okay? And when she doing her erotica freaky stuff, I had to hide that because I didn't want my grandma to find that, okay? When it was gangster rap, I had to put edit music. Okay? Because I didn't want my grandma to say anything when I was growing up. Okay? I like my grandma because she's abusive as well. But that's the point I'm trying to say. I'm from that generation that you hide your dope stuff from your kids. But you go to the hood or the barrio, some of these mammies do not teach their kids right from wrong. And their kids are listening to music with foul language as young as 1 year old. So you need to go talk to their doggone parents. Because if I had a Yung Miami music with me, and I was a father, none of my children would not be listening if they underage. Because it's not appropriate. Us grown people, it's appropriate. Because I know right from wrong. I'm not going to be scamming nobody. So one thing, sister girl, don't come on my channel again with that mess. Because I did not sit here and say that it was a good song. It's a funny song. Spend Dat is a funny song. Even I saw the bill, she in the strip club. She not even stealing. She playing diamond from Players Club. So why are you come on my channel with that mess? Okay, sister girl, don't come on my channel with that mess, because I'm not with that, and I've already told you. If you listen to my other videos since 2010, I never advocate us coming together, because we are not a monolith. And many people need to see that we all have different opinions. It is human to have a different opinion for those in your own ethnic group. You're not going to, like in the Trump situation with Latinos, some voted for Trump and some didn't. You're going to always have different opinions in your ethnic group. Okay? Not everybody is a friend in your ethnic group. Not everybody don't all skin for kin folks. You too slow with that. Come together for what? So we can argue, fight each other, mistreat each other because we have the Win-Lynch syndrome in our head. That's why I say, okay, some of these old fake brothers and sisters got Win-Lynch syndrome. I don't want to be friends with them. Ain't no self-hate here. They don't want self-hate. They don't even know the history. They don't pick a book and read your history, nothing. Okay? But my question is, why you mad about Yung Miami song? And I got to tell people outside our community, stop calling me the N-word. Because I don't call myself a nigga. Okay? I got high standards about myself. I don't lower myself. I don't exploit myself. Okay? So talk to them doggone stupid brothers who don't got no sense, who let Clyde Davis and Tom Mottola and Jimmy Iovine rap music run them. Okay? Because that was not hip-hop and rap music back in the 80s. It was clean for NWA. And you know what Jerry Hill did to NWA. Okay, baby? Don't get me started talking about the reason why the black community. And we are not no pure African American. We're a mix. On my application, I put black, white, native, Hispanic because of my ancestry. My genealogy is the reason why I'm talking to y'all behind right now. I can care less what a white man think, because he's not God to me, okay? If they had reproductions, because I'm only using someone's anatomy terms, to let my family here due to mixing a long time ago, that's why I'm talking to you today. I don't care what the white man says. We are mixed black Americans. Get in your head that not everybody gonna think the same way as you do. I'm not offended because we should have different opinions. We should have different images about ourselves so nobody won't stereotype us. That's the problem. We love living a stereotype. That's why you're mad at the Yung Miami stuff. I'm not. Shoes. Because I don't scam, I don't steal, none of that, baby. And I don't know the difference between right and wrong. It's not my conscience because I don't believe in it. But it's those mammies and pappies in our community who don't have no good parenting. All they want to do is beat their child like a freaking slave. They let their children listen to Yung Miami edited and unedited. Because I would not let my child, if it was unedited, because it has a bad message to it. But as a grown man, I know the difference between right and wrong. I can watch rated R movies. I used to hate that, couldn't watch rated R movies when I was a kid. But now I see why with my family was toxic. Because they want me to do things that was not right. And I was 19, never discern was right and wrong. So that's the parents, these little mammies and pappies who don't have no sense, who had children out of wedlock. Who some of them are scammers, pimps, HOE 304s. Thank you. That's they coming. Go talk to them, sister. Don't talk to me.